Hey guys, I'm back with another cell phone mount product. This one is branded ZidiYoruo or Yoruo. Seems like another Chinese-based product. And I want to talk about why I like this product and why I don't like this product. So I'm having some mixed feelings about it, and we'll talk about why. First off, as you can see, there's some assembly involved in this product, as opposed to some of the other ones where you just clamp onto your bicycle, motorcycle, scooter, whatever the case may be, and you turn a knob and it tightens down and you're good to go. Not this one. It claims to be a universal cell phone holder. It is and it isn't, and I'll discuss why. So if you're okay with assembly and disassembly, then you may be okay with this product. What we have here is all the hardware. We have two U-clamps for different size handlebars. You have a smaller one, you have a larger one. This is the hardware associated with that. Here you have your ball mount. Now, this one here is made out of some sort of metal. I'm not sure if it's aluminum or pop metal, but it is a metal, some sort of an alloy. The mount that houses this ball is also metal, and it's got ridges, raised ridges in there, so when you squeeze down on this knob, it will clamp down on that ball. So that seems like it's going to be a sturdy mount once you get this cranked down nice and tight. This is the shock absorber base. Now, unlike some of the other products that I've reviewed, this one seems a little mediocre, and I'll tell you why. The shock absorbent cushions here are basically a plastic airbag. It's very rigid, so I'm squeezing on this very tightly. So I'm not sure how much shock absorbent you're going to get on this, but it's rigid. It may work, it may not. I don't know. I just don't like the build quality of this. The base on it, it's plastic, both sides. This mount here that houses the ball, it is metal, just like the other parts. The ball, obviously plastic. This is what I think is going to be a hang-up for a lot of people. And it kind of is for me, but it kind of is working. And this is where I'm having mixed feelings. The item claims to be a universal mount for a universal phone. Well, that is true. However, these side rails are adjustable to the width of your phone. They are adjustable via screws in the back. So if you have a phone and it's your only phone and no one else is going to use your bicycle or motorcycle, whatever the case is, and you can adjust these to your phone and set it and forget it. But let's say you get another phone. Now you'll have to disassemble this whole apparatus, get to the back of the screws, readjust, tighten back down, and then you're good. But it's going to require some disassembly and readjustment every time you need to refit this for a different phone. And, you know, that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. For me, it's okay. I don't mind. But that could be the hang-up. Now, there really is no locking mechanism to this phone holder. It's spring-loaded. That's all you get. You hook your phone on the bottom hooks. You stretch out the top claw. You release it. It locks your phone in. Basically doesn't lock, it's spring-loaded. But your phone should stay there. And I don't see it flying away because of the angle of these claws. So, you know, that's another thing. You can take it or leave it. I don't know. It's just going to have to be one of these trial and error things. Also, at the end of each one of these claws and rails, you just have some rubber guards here that will just pop right off. I don't know about the durability of these. Here's a boot on the claw. Depending on your usage, that may break off or, you know, start deteriorating. I don't know. It's one of those things you'll just have to wait and see with time. But, you know, that's just a cheap quality China-made product. In fact, all these boots need to be push back down. Okay. So in a nutshell, it requires some assembly and reassembly whenever you need to make adjustments due to a new phone. They give you a bunch of instructions. And it's pretty much straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble this on this table, and then we'll mount it on my scooter. Okay, so let's assemble this phone holder. And I may speed this up several times throughout the video just so that I can not make this a lengthy video. So first off, they give you these very mediocre tools. I'm probably not going to use this. I have a screwdriver here, and I'm going to use that wrench that they give you. So let's just get started. So as I mentioned, the base needs to be adjusted to a particular phone. So I'm going to adjust it to my phone, which is a pretty large phone. It's an Android phone. We have 2 handlebar holders for different size handlebars. I'm going to use a smaller one for my application. It's going on an electric scooter. So we'll put this guy to the side and we'll use this. So here we go. All right. We're going to disassemble the base. This base is going to go attached to the back of the phone holder. Now, before we do this, before we attach it to the back of the phone holder with 2 screws, we need to adjust for the phone width. So let's undo these screws. The reason we need to do this is because if we place this back part on here first, we won't be able to get to the screws. So let's open this guy up. As you can see, these rails slide open to adjust for the phone width. And I'm gonna just place my phone. Let's open these up. I'm gonna place my phone in here. Okay, and you can see that I'm just going to squeeze these on the side. Tighten them down. Just kind of snug for now. Okay, and so now, oops, let's cancel that. And so now it's adjusted to my phone width. So this is the downfall, I believe, to this phone mount. Let's remove the phone. And now that we have the width set, we can tighten these backing screws down. At this point, now we can place the backing plate. And we'll use the 2 provided screws. And it doesn't matter which way you orientate this plate. Actually, for my application, I'm going to orient it so that it's parallel with the phone holder, but you can also do horizontally. Okay, plate is on there. Now we'll attach the second side of the mounting plate, which attaches to this bracket. Okay, so now the backing plate's attached. The rails are set for my device. And the next part will be on the actual scooter itself, where we'll attach the ball mechanism or the ball attachment side with the U-bracket and the bolts. And that's pretty much straightforward, but let's walk you through it. Okay, so here we are. And utilizing this very narrow space here, I'm just going to slide the bracket underneath, the ball mount over the top. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but this ball mount is of some sort of metal. I'm not sure if it's pop metal or aluminum, but it's not plastic. So don't be afraid to crank this down, because I don't believe it's going to break. So I'm going to hold this with one hand here, grab a washer, grab one of these nylon locking nuts, grab the other washer. As you can see, guys, this is it's a little bit of a process. It's not a quick clamp on like some of the other mounts. And for this, I'm going to use this wrench here. Oh gosh, this is going to take forever. So I'm probably going to speed this part up, because by the time I get to the bottom of this thing in here, it's going to be a while. Okay, you know what? This is going to take too long. I'm going to grab a nut driver. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I didn't have a 10mm nut driver, but I have a 10mm socket and a ratchet. So not the easiest mount. Well, it is pretty easy, but not the fastest mount. Phone mount to install. Okay, here we go. So I think I want to keep mine perpendicular to the top of this dashboard. Okay. Okay, I think that should get, okay, maybe just a little bit more. Okay. Another crank here, another crank there. Okay, I think I like that. We'll put the rubber caps on the threaded exposed shaft, both sides. All right, so it's on. Now, we're getting home now, we're getting home. We're gonna unscrew this guy. Okay. I think I want to face it this way so that the nut's on the inside. I'll take this guy, gotta open it up some more. Okay, so just put this guy in. Okay, so now once it's in, you can basically position this thing however you want. You can go from left to right. And that's kind of like what I like about this device is that, yeah, you have many different positions where this thing can go. All right, we'll just tighten that down. Now let's put the phone in. Okay, I had to reposition the camera a little bit just because the mount is higher. So let's drop the phone in. We'll go from the bottom, expand the top jaw, clamp it over the top. And there it is. It seems pretty solid, pretty stable. I mean, it better be. We bolted this thing down, right? So the phone charging port is exposed. Can't really get to it easily with this case, but it is there if you don't have a case. But it's on, it's there, and as I said, you can position this thing in various different positions, different ways. Depending on your liking. If you want to go sideways with the phone, you can do that as well. And there you go. Again, it's a bit of a process installing and mounting and assembling, but once it's done, I mean, it seems sturdy, it seems rugged. I don't think it's going anywhere. As I said, we bolted this thing down. It shouldn't go anywhere. So that's it in a nutshell. I hope this video has helped some of you guys out in making a decision on a phone mount. Yeah, I'll try this for a while and see what it's like, but I think it's gonna work for this application anyway. The reason I chose this one here is because of the narrow space I have in between here, and this particular mount fit in there just right. You know, it's not touching the side of the brake or the dashboard, and I can still see my dashboard from the top looking down, which with some of the other bases I tried, it was blocking my dashboard view. So this will work for now. So I hope this video has helped some of you guys out, and feel free to subscribe and like. Thanks, appreciate you.